I'm like a 60-year-old.
What's up, What's up, guys? Cliff and Chandler here from Not Gospel.
I was
Cliff-
messing. Cliff didn't give me a warning. I was messing with my hair.
Warning, danger.
You should be like, okay, we're doing it in 10 seconds.
What's up, guys? Cliff and Chandler here from Not Gospel Studios. Pride Month is right around the corner. Matter of fact, by the time you see this video, Pride Month may already be upon us. Before Pride Month, however, we have Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
Those two topics kind of back-to-back, Memorial Day being right in front of Pride Month, is a point of contention for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay, I think you kind of brought it up because the lyrics of that Tom MacDonald song.
Yes.
What's that lyric?
So we've been reviewing Tom MacDonald's songs, and one of the songs we recently reviewed, in honor of the time at hand, was Brainwashed. And the lyric in particular, he says, "We only dedicate one day to honor our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out of the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month."
Yep.
And he's not the first person. I've seen the memes last year, year before. I've seen the memes now for several years, how saying exactly that, that it doesn't make sense that we have one day to honor our fallen veterans and people who have fought for freedom and democracy, if you appreciate those things. And then we have a whole month for the LGBTQ community.
It reminds me of that Dave Chappelle joke where you brought up Caitlyn Jenner. Like, the first year she became a woman, she was Woman of the Year. Like, yeah. That's crazy.
If I had been a woman for 18 to 30 years or however long,
there's older women
developing my womanhood. Well, they're not a woman until they reach 18. So if they've been a woman for 18 years, then that's 36. How old they gotta be?
You weren't thinking.
I'm just saying, if I'd been a woman my whole life, let's say,
yeah.
And Bruce Jenner turns around and becomes Caitlyn and then is nominated for Woman of the Year.
Yeah. It was weird.
I don't know how feminism and the transgender ideology community, I don't know how that coincides, how they coexist.
Yeah.
Particularly in the sports thing, we've talked about it and stuff. But
back to gay people.
Back to the topic at hand, Memorial Day versus Pride Month.
Okay. Do you think it's similar to how they have Black Pride Month? What's that called?
Black History Month?
Black History Month. Like they say, Caucasians get 12 months a year, so why shouldn't we get 1 month? Now, I personally don't feel it's like that. I feel like black people are Americans.
Oh, but on this topic, I get to tell you, you don't have a right to an opinion. You're white.
I might be part black.
I'm actually 1/8 Native American.
I might be part Native American also. But anyways. I feel like there's a lot. Well,
Chandrabot. That's going to be the ongoing
This
joke.
is not going to be the ongoing joke.
Have you seen the interview with Morgan Freeman? He's being interviewed about Black History Month, and he's like, "Do you think you want a Black History Month?" And he goes, "No." Or he's being interviewed by, I think it was David Letterman or somebody. He's like, "Well, I'm Jewish." He goes, "Even better. Do you think there should be a Jewish Pride Month?"
Is there a Jewish Pride Month?
No.
Oh.
And David Letterman's like, "No, I don't want one." As neither do I. I don't want a Black History Month. Let's just have a History Month.
Exactly.
Well, okay, so
that's kind of how I feel.
But naturally, that's how we would feel.
Yeah.
We don't need white entertainment television because it's all white entertainment television.
Okay, do you think in the continent of Africa, where it's majoritively black people, there's a White History Month there?
No. Heck no. No way.
Do you think the black people that live here think there should be a White History Month there? Because as long as it's balanced and fair in their head, then I could see their argument.
That would be the biggest racist thing on the planet, to have a White History Month somewhere else.
But if there's a predominantly
black country. I'm not saying to me. I'm saying to them.
It just makes sense to me.
You got a White History Month? What's the matter with you? No, I don't think they would approve of that at all. That's where, to me, it's not fair. It's not balanced by any stretch of the imagination. To me, it
like we don't have a straight Pride Month.
Yeah, you don't have a straight Pride Month, and there should be nothing wrong with being proud of being straight. And not every other month is the month that you can be proud of being straight. And I'm sorry, especially considering the culture we have now. Congratulations to all the supporters of the LGBTQ community, and all these corporations that fly. The thing that frustrates me the most about this month is that all the corporations are going to have, Google's going to have this rainbow banner over its name. They're all going to change all of their colors to the rainbow colors in America. But over in the Middle East and China and places where they're not super supportive of the LGBTQ community, the places where if you really believed in your cause, they'd need exposure the most, they're going to keep all of their icons, all of their placards exactly the same. They don't change them for Pride Month over there. So that double standard is a little, it makes your cause a little hard to believe in, hard to get behind at that point for me. It feels like a lot of hot air.
At least the corporations, aren't having integrity.
Right.
Like they're just trying to bank on something.
Right. And the thing is, it's not this celebrated thing to be straight ever, anywhere, and by some big corporation. They're not going to throw you a party for being straight.
And see, I have hesitancy to talk about the subject,
right?
Because
this whole time we've not condemned anything about being gay or whatever. We've not condemned that at all.
I don't want to come out as like, oh, they're gay bashers. Like that is not what's happening at all. Like
Obama said, one of the biggest tragedies. He alluded to one of the biggest tragedies for the black community being father absence. Right? Father's Day is a day where you celebrate good fathers.
So do you think it should be Gay Pride Day?
I think a gay parade one day, to me, it makes more sense and is more balanced and reasonable than we're going to have a whole month for the LGBTQ community. One day to celebrate good dads, one day to celebrate good moms, one day to celebrate every single fallen veteran. It doesn't seem balanced to me.
Yeah.
There's not a Christian Pride Month.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, you know how gay people have been... I wouldn't use the word persecuted, but they have been murdered in certain circumstances.
Yes, there's hate, there's gay hating. There are hate crimes against gay and lesbian, trans, of course.
Yeah.
Social shaming, sure.
But the military, they talk about 22 a day. I believe that might just be for Marines. I don't think that's even across all military, but 22 a day is 22 are committing suicide a day from what they've went through, and hardly PTSD. Anybody talks about it.
Yeah. No, they don't really talk about it. Yeah. And they also, at the same time, I'm not to belittle the struggles of anybody. If you're part of the LGBTQ plus community, I don't want to belittle your struggle. I want you to find the kind of support and help with dealing with your struggle that you need. I want you to find that, just like anybody else who has.
And you should be in safe areas and not feel.
And we're anti-violence. We don't condone violence here. As Christians, you don't condone violence.
No.
Jesus tells us to love your enemy, do good to those who despitefully use you. That's a sermon right there, but we're not preaching here. But that means, we're not hoping that something bad happens to somebody who's gay or whatever. No. At the same time, I'm looking at it practically, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense when Christians at the same time have been persecuted throughout human history. And like we said, right now, they're in jail. People are being murdered, assaulted, put in prison, all because they're Christians, all because of a belief in a savior. A belief that causes, right now, it's not causing harm to anyone.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know that that's happening in countries around the world.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, you can start doing your internet, trusting the gods of Google and whatever you want to have it to look up how in China, if you have in your possession a page of the Bible, you're arrested.
Yeah. And what was it last year that a genocide was going on in, I believe, Syria, where how many Christians were they drowning and stuff and putting in cages and drowning? It was crazy.
The things about Pride Month, again, this is not gay bashing, but the things about Pride Month that I find a little irksome are, to me, the big corporations who change all their logos over here but don't do anything for the areas that are the most oppressive to these lifestyles. That's one. The other are their events. They're not their events make are designed, I think, to inflame relations. I really think they are. I've seen images of guys and gals wearing full suits with rubber intimacy toys, just covered head to toe, phallic-looking intimacy toys.
That's what irritates me when grown adults take their children to gay pride parades. Why would they take it to something where they know there's going to be sexually explicit stuff?
Well, I'll just say this. If there's a straight pride parade and I saw someone walking around with a full dildo suit, I would not take my kids. Yeah. I don't care. That's wrong. Period. It's not family friendly. That is an indecent expo. That's a very, very adult, mature expo.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna take my kids to it. All it does is further the narrative and the stereotype that the LGBTQ community and their supporters are just obsessed with sexualizing things.
Yeah.
And just that's it. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think does them any good. And it does inflame relations and creates more pushback.
Yep.
From people that just want to walk down the street with their kids down Main Street without seeing sexual paraphernalia.
Yeah.
That don't care, straight or gay, whatever. Am I wrong for saying that I'm the one who gets weirded out if I see too much, like if I see a straight couple walking down the street and she's super revealing with like a super short skirt or whatever and like a halter top and then they're just making out, like slobbering on each other, I'd be like, bro, get a room. You're like, it's fine.
Oh, I'm a public PDA person. I mean, I'm not in a halter top, but
I mean, something soft core on the sidewalk. It's like I'll hug and kiss my wife a good peck on the lips or something in public, but like I'm not gonna sit there and make out with her and try to figure out what she had for lunch on the sidewalk in front of her. That's just, to me, that's inappropriate. Maybe at nighttime.
I'm going to talk to my husband about this.
Go down in the city.
I mean, like, Travis, Clifton says we can't make out in public anymore.
You know that gazebo where the hippies hang out and smoke their weed and we go out there and make out? It smells like skunks.
What? God. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Is an entire month dedicated to this community, is that inappropriate? Is that too much? What do you think about the guys who did the straight pride parade for one day in Boston? It was a couple years back. They put it on as sort of like trolling them, but they were labeled as homophobic, transphobic, all these evil things. And in the straight pride parade, it was like a normal, typical thing. They just had music and there was nothing angry, no white supremacy stuff, none of that.
Like, straight pride does not mean that you hate gay people. Does being gay pride mean you hate straight people? No. So why would straight pride mean that you hate gay people? That makes no sense.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this. If me being proud of being straight means that I automatically hate gay people, then if you're proud of being gay, you automatically hate straight people. How dare you?
I don't think you should end on that note. This is a touchy subject.
I know it's a touchy subject, but sometimes it takes... I've listened to too much Tom MacDonald. I'm ready to just get straight up with him. Be like, look, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Anyways.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Do like, comment, share, and subscribe. Particularly comment. We want to know what you guys think. Keep supporting quality independent content, and as always, keep being awesome, because that's how God made you. Let's talk about it.